Welcome to JSOM's Business Communication Center tutorial on cover letters, the motivation statement. So in this tutorial, we will define exactly what the motivation statement is. We will address whether you want to write a company or a job-focused motivation statement. We'll give you two examples, a bad one and a good one, tell you a little bit about how to personalize your statement, and talk about where it goes. So the motivation statement is an attention grabber. Sometimes we refer to this as a hook, to hook your reader's attention. It's 2 to 4 sentences explaining the reason you want the job, you want to work in the field, or you want to work for the company. Now, do you want your motivation statement to be company focused or job focused? You can write either type of motivation statement, but they're going to have different elements. If you decide you want to write a company focused motivation statement, they can be very impactful. So can why you want to work in this field. Both types of statements provide a glimpse of who you are, or they should. The company-focused motivation statement does not transfer well from one cover letter to another cover letter, whereas the job-focused motivation statement does easily transfer between cover letters. The reason for this is that the company-focused motivation statement requires a connection with the company and a personalization. So, for example, what we don't want to write is something from the company's mission statement and then stating that our goals are the same. What you want is the type of connection that shows that you have experience with that company. For example, we had a student who worked at Apple as a cashier, and he wanted to be a genius at Apple. And so his statement was reflective of his experiences with the company. We had another student, an accounting student, whose mother had been an accountant her whole life, or his whole life, for the same company. And so he'd been to all the company picnics. He knew a lot of the people in the company. So he had a strong connection and could write a quite powerful motivation statement that was company focused. If you don't have that kind of connection, it makes it very difficult to make an impactful statement. But what can be impactful if you don't have a connection with a company is a personalized statement about why you want to work in this field or why you want this job. But it's got to be personalized. So what do we mean by that? Well, here is an example of a poor motivation statement. The reason I am determined to devote my time and energy into the finance field is because I think finance can help a lot of people. As far as I'm concerned, finance is a win-win strategy, where on one hand, providers can earn profits, and on the other hand, borrowers can get the money for their plans. The bankruptcy specialist position provides me with an opportunity to minimize losses for both sides. Why are we saying this is a poor motivation statement? It's generic, it's boring, and it tells the employer nothing about you. It is not personalized. Anybody could write this statement. It's basically a definition of finance. What do you want to bet? The finance manager at that company knows exactly what finance is. So instead of designing a motivation statement that anybody could write, you want to personalize it. Don't say, I'm excited about finance because I want to help businesses perform at their best. No one will believe you. Instead, reveal your own story. Why does finance excite you? When did you first notice that you were excited about finance? Did you change your major to finance? Why? These are questions that involve some deep soul searching at times. So you have to show that you're passionate about finance. You can't just say, I like finance. Now, many of our students find that this motivation statement, this personalized type, is difficult to write. One of the most difficult statements they have ever written. If you want help exploring the reasons that motivated you to major in your field, you can visit the BCC and we'll help you explore that. It sometimes takes a little bit of time to get all of that information to the surface. And students will come to us and say, well, I don't have a story. Yes, you do. Everyone has a story. I have yet to meet a student who did not have a story that made a good, impactful motivation statement. You do too. All right, so here is an improvement. And one of our students wrote this after visiting us and after we asked a number of questions. My love of finance began during high school when I had saved $600 to invest in the market. My father offered to match my investment with $600 of his own money. The result of my efforts ended in a loss for both of us, and I determined to learn everything I could about finance and investment. So, kind of a sad story, but how impactful. The employer reads this, the type of statement not everyone can write, and says, boy, this young man invested his own money and lost it along with dad's. I bet he is determined to know everything and excited about what he's learned. So this is an impactful motivation statement. So where does it go? Where do we put the motivation statement in our cover letter? Well, if we're going to grab the attention of the reader, we need to do that at the very beginning. So typically, the motivation statement, those 2 to 4 sentences, go in the first paragraph and they begin with the second sentence. Get it up front. If you want to know what goes in the rest of the cover letter, including the rest of the first paragraph, and if you would like to know how to improve your storytelling skills for paragraphs 2 and 3, what to find in the conclusion, and about format, standard business letter format, you can look at our other videos on our website. You'll find our website here in red, bcc.utdallas.edu. So any help you need with your cover letter, we are happy to assist you. Remember, you can also get assistance at the BCC for your resumes, for your LinkedIn profile, and any written document assignment that you have for class. Also, your class presentations will help you with those, and APA referencing and paraphrasing. Finally, we have a specialist for English language learners. So if you're interested in that, you can get appointments for that as well. So I encourage you to work hard on that motivation statement and come see us if you would like us to walk you through it. Good luck.